Hello guys, welcome again to another BTC video. I hope you're doing great today. We have nice price action going on Bitcoin right now. Again, 3 a.m. in the morning here. But I wanted to, just give everybody a heads up, see what the charts are doing, hopefully give you some peace of mind sometimes if we can find any in the charts. And yeah, just analyzing where this is going basically. So please stick around till the end of the video because I will give you a lot of information. As always, like, share, and subscribe. Please help the channel grow, and I promise you, if you make it grow, I will post more of these for you. With that being said, I'm gonna just go straight to the charts. And I mean, what happened today is not unexpected. The severe drop was unexpected, but the drop itself was not that unexpected. It was very expected. The market has been trying to liquidate both bears and bulls for quite some time right now together because I think it's trying to choose a direction to go to. So, and once you check the order books on different exchanges, you start to notice that you will have a lot of orders, a lot of short orders at the top, and you have a lot of long orders at the bottom, and the amounts are kind of similar. So that's why BTC has been stuck in this range for quite some time, because you have like 6,000-7,000 shorts at 40k, and then you have 6,000-7,000 shorts at 38k. So the only logical explanations for what's happening right now is just the market, and I posted this on Twitter, by the way, is just the market trying to clean the plates. They're trying to clean everything in order for them to choose a direction of where this is going. Based on the chart, I will tell you what I think, obviously, but based on now how it's looking, as you can see here on the 4-hour time frame, this is heading down towards the bottom of the channel around $29,000 or $31,000, around that area. But I don't know, call it a gut feeling, call it intuition. I don't think we will reach those lows. But again, that's just my opinion. It's nothing to do with the TA. I will do the TA right now in front of you, and then I will basically tell you what I see from the TA. But generally speaking, right now, the general idea of why this is happening, in my personal opinion, because if you saw my Twitter post, which I also talked about this with my admins a couple of days ago, I basically told them my expectations is something called a double whammy. And a double whammy is something that looks similar to this, where basically you have a lot of short orders at the top and you have a lot of long orders at the bottom, and then you need to liquidate both of them. So basically what you do is you give the traders a channel to trade with, and then they're trading it, they're happy, then the longs come in and bam, you liquidate everybody, and then the short comes in and you liquidate the longs again with a drop. So, and that only happens when you see a lot of similar orders on the top and on the bottom of a range. Rare, but not unlikely. It is very likely, and due to the fact that the market has been, moving sideways for a while, this is just expected. It's gonna happen. There's a lot of leverage traders out there, and the quantity of bears and bulls are the same. So the market has to decide what I'm going to like. Where am I going to give the free money to? Because you have to understand, this market is like a casino. And the casino, the house will always try to win no matter what. And they're trying to basically get that liquidity from you, whether you're a bull or you're a bear. Now, when bulls and bears have that same amount of liquidity, one at 40K and one at 38K, now the casino goes like, what am I supposed to do? Because if they play the long option, basically they allow the bulls to win. And if they play the short option, they allow the bears to win. And the market it's not that nice. The market isn't that nice to allow us to win. The market wants to cripple us. It wants to destroy our liquidity in order to fuel the market. So honestly, if we don't give it liquidity, the casino will break down and we won't have crypto trading anymore. So that is what I see. I honestly shorted this, by the way, and I got ADL'd. So I have no idea why certain exchanges keep doing that. My margin was okay, everything was okay, but yeah, during capitulations, as you can see, they will try. So they're not going to let me profit. I had like 4 or 5 shorts, all of them 50-60% win rate. And I had this BTC short at the top as well, also very high in profits. And then once these candles, these capitulation candles start to work out, the ADL, which is basically the exclamation marks on your futures account, auto deleveraging starts to flash, and then it automatically closes the trade for you, whether it's in profits or loss. It just closes it. So yeah, that sadly that's the market that went here. Now, anyways, without talking too much about the market mentality of what's happening right now, I'm gonna be just jumping to the charts and just telling you what I see from my indicators. We're gonna jump from the 4-hour up to the weekly, even the monthly time frame, to see what's up, and then I'm gonna basically tell you my expectations for this. Now, as you can see here, BTC was stuck in a range. Obviously, it went to the top of the range. It failed to hold the retest, which is not unexpected, by the way. You had EMAs coming in around that area. As you can see, they were right there. So you had also support trend lines, which were right there as well. So this was a nice support area for a long position for the bulls, basically. But the problem was obviously that we fell through. Now, falling through is not bad with a wick, but falling through like this, even to like 38,300, that's pretty bad. Because number one, order book, the order books at that moment in time, if I'm not mistaken, were very low on longs at 38,500. So, and the next, the next big resistance, or the next big support was around $3,800. $38,000, but then this also broke. The 38K mark broke, and there were around, I think if I'm not mistaken, around 2,000 to 3,000 BTC orders on spot, by the way, right there. So that's just get out of the way, basically. That's just small capitulation happening. Now I'm gonna call it small because BTC tends to go down 10K and even 20K in 2 candles, 3 candles. But just be very, very careful, because I'm just going to go back into the charts and just show you this from last year, because I don't know if some of you lived this or you weren't here last year, but I was, and I was seeing the charts and they were kind of interesting. I'm just going to show you right here. Okay, this is the 4-hour time frame, so just excuse the amount of information that I'm going to give you today. But as you can see right here, this is what you expect in, manipulated markets. So you drop, you relief rally, you drop. But the problem with this is this was during a bull run, not a bear market yet. And in bull runs and in bear markets, price tends to do opposite things. They don't quite work the same way. And so for example here, let me just pop up the EMAs and show you. So as you can see, right, triple top, and then finally another big drop. And similar scenario here, by the way. You start moving up, liquidate the shorters who shorted here, because they usually put their stop losses at break even, and they don't take profits because they want to bag $1,000% trades or so. And then obviously we liquidate them, and then obviously the bulls start to long here again, and then obviously the market liquidates them. And it happens constantly, no matter what. Oh, is this the bottom here, Maze? Oh, the bottom is here, Maze. Look at this. This is perfect. Oh, the bottom was here, Maze. And then, oh, we're moving up, and then bam, another drop. Liquidate before, moving up, because we need to clean the plates. We need to clean this. And this just becomes more evident when you trade more and when you see more of this market structure playing out in front of you. Now let's go back to our time frame right now, our actual price action, and see what's happening. As I said, it's looking very ugly right now, but we need to check the indicators. So let's go to the 4-hour indicators and see what's up with this. And as you can see here, ADX indicator is starting to go slightly vertical to the upside. So this kind of signifies that we have a lot of pressure, of selling pressure coming down here in the market. There's no bounce yet. There's no bullish divergences on the 4-hour that I can see of. But we're on the 4-hour, we're reaching, on that 4-hour time frame, we're reaching the lows. But I don't think this is the low. You will start to see if this is the low, and I posted this on Twitter. I don't think from now to like 48 hours BTC is gonna move, pump. I think it's just gonna chip chop. What scenario I can give you that kind of resembles what I'm seeing right now? I would say this scenario, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just see if I can remember it correctly. I think it's this one right here, right? No, around this, yeah. So you can see you start to chip chop, and then you drop, and then you chip chop, and then you drop, and then you chip chop, and then you drop till you finally finalize the correction basically, and then you start to consolidate over long periods of time. And as you can see here in the chip chop, there, like for example here, BTC dropped a couple of, you know, like I think this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 4-hour candles before it started to move up. So just expect something as such. Don't expect the rallies to be strong. And if you're telling me, Maze, why do you sound so bearish? Like we still haven't lost the channel, and you just said that your opinion was that you are not gonna, you know, liquidate. We're not gonna capitulate to the low 30s right now. Well, that's just my opinion based on, you know, intuition, if you want to call it. It's not based on the charts. The charts, the 4-hour is in a bearish downtrend. If I pop up to the 6-hour as well from my indicators, it is in a bearish downtrend. If I pop up to the 8-hour from my indicators, it is in a bearish downtrend as well. If I pop up to the 12-hour time frame, I mean, they're all bearish. This is just entering the bearishness. It just crossed. So all in all, it's not looking too well. Now, the positive thing is that we might start to form some bullish divergences on the squeeze indicator, for example, or on the other indicators that we have. So let's say here, on the squeeze, it's more visual because you have a low and a lower low right there. And then on the squeeze indicator, you have a low and a higher low. So this is a bullish divergence on the 12-hour, but it is the 12-hour time frame, and we are entering into weekend territory. So no one really knows what's going to happen in the weekend, especially because usually it's manipulated by spot more than, and whales more than institutions. So the institutions are just on the sidelines on Saturdays and Sundays, and regular people, billionaires or whatever, they can manipulate the market as they see fit. As of now, what I can give you is if these, if this MACD, specifically the 12-hour MACD, crosses bearish, any upside will be a relief rally. Now, do we have any type of, you know, level to watch out for? Obviously, the lows here. This is what we need to break around. I would say around that area like that. So 37,500. But even if we break this, I mean, we still have major resistance here and major resistance here. And if you remember my previous video, I was telling you, even if we don't break the bottom of the channel, be careful of this. This is a no-no. This is, you're going down more. And whether you're gonna, you know, whether you're gonna go down gradually and chip chop in a channel, or you're gonna just go up, get rejected, and capitulate, I cannot really say for now. But what I can tell you is that we need to be very, very, very careful with the retest. The retest needs to break. And in my personal opinion, we need to break $39,000. And even I would dare say the top of the channel, $40,500. And even I would dare say even top of the channel to go even higher. So we have a lot of resistance levels on the top of our heads. And if we don't break them, BTC will not do anything. It will just keep going to the downside and more of an inclination for a couple of days at least. Now, we have obviously this level right here around $37,500, which if we break, I would say, to be safe, I would say 38, but I mean, you're still under the resistance levels. Like, there's a lot of resistance here, and not to mention the daily EMAs are just above us as well, as you can see right here. That's where we basically dropped on the daily EMAs. That's why I like to use these EMAs. The rejection was perfect in my personal opinion. It was, you know, for me, from a technical analysis standpoint and a trading standpoint, this is just perfection. This price action, it's supposed to be doing this, by the way. And if you would check the daily indicators, the problem with our daily right now is our stochastic RSI is kind of indecisive. Like, it's not telling us whether we're going to go up or not. And as you can see, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. So it's all a chip chop type of scenario. So it's kind of, you know, strange what's happening. Now, we do have a nice divergence, a bullish divergence on the daily, as you can see right here. But when will this play out? Will this take us above, you know, 40K? Because right now we're at 36. So a bullish divergence to, you know, on a daily time frame could be a 1K move up, and that's it. So we need to be very, very, very careful with this, honestly, because I see higher time frames that have very, very bad signs. So the 3-day is bearish right now, as you can see right here on the squeeze indicator. It is bearish. Do I have some type of no? There's no bullish divergences yet on it. And if I pop to the 4-day time frame, it is bearish, as you can see. And if I pop to the 5-day time frame, it is about to cross bear. So once the stochastic RSI crosses bearish on the 5-day time frame, that's where things. That's basically me telling you guys that the general macro trend is down, and the small ups and downs that happen during the days are just micro time frames playing out like waves. Unless we break weekly EMAs, this is not going anywhere. This is no 50K, no 60K, no 70K, no nothing. And now, right now, the weekly EMAs are coming in around $43,000 and $42,000. So, Maze, will we expect the relief rally to $42,000, $43,000? Well, I hope so. That because the bears will probably be waiting for that. So just because the bears are waiting for that, if we go there, we're gonna break through. That's my personal opinion. I don't think the market will give us another short. Like I don't know. They're giving us too many. It's too good to be true. But if you see BTC at 42, 43, and then bears start to say, "Oh, I'm gonna short this," and move aside because this is gonna pump up. Now, pump up to where? I mean, the top of the channel right now is my best case scenario, coming in around 51 to 53K. But this is if this breaks and if we climb into our channel again, because you can see where we are based on this price action. And if I go to the monthly time frame, by the way, weekly time frame, just to check the indicators once more to see if there's anything popping up here. No, nothing out of the ordinary. We might form some. So as you can see, the weekly is also going into that bearish territory. If this stochastic crosses 20, this is gonna basically do this, at least drop till you consolidate over a certain level and then start moving up later. Now, I do have a theory for the bulls, because I don't want to be super bearish and tell you just the bear scenario, even though the indicators are screaming bearishness right now. I do have some good news. If you pop to the monthly time frame, on the RSI specifically, let me just remove this and just adjust these. Sorry, I'm using like a 4K screen, but I have to do lower resolution for YouTube. 1 second. My screen is way nicer than this. So if you pop to the monthly time frame, you're gonna be able to see here that you have a hidden bullish divergence on the monthly time frame. It's right there. It's clear as day. So there is light at the end of the tunnel. Wherever this will bottom out, there is light at the end of the tunnel, as long as BTC doesn't close below 28K. If BTC closes below 28, this hidden bullish divergence on the monthly time frame becomes invalid, so it doesn't really work anymore. It's done. You throw it outside the window. Now, why is this hidden bullish monthly divergence so important? And I've talked about this before on Twitter and in previous YouTube videos. I was telling you guys that or maybe in my Discord, I talked about this. I have a theory that we could, go for a nice bear trap very soon. Now, in my personal opinion, and through the years of trading that I have, and the years of using this strategy that I've built, is that you see this stochastic RSI on the weekly time frame, which we're very, very close to crossing below to bearish land, right? So bearish land is all the way here below 20. Usually, if the market wants to give us one more or a bear trap, right? Your stochastic bounces on 20. So let me just rephrase. Maybe I can show you here what a bounce looks like. So this is what a bounce looks like. So like this, you see? You reach those 20 levels and then you start moving up, you bounce. And it's happened a lot of times. But the only problem when this was happening over this area, we were in a bullish type of scenario, right? We were bullish. Everything was bullish on the monthly, whereas here you were bearish. You weren't really bullish. So those really didn't come. And you can see how long we stayed red on the weekly squeeze. So we stayed for a long time, over a year, and never being able to cross above 80, which is bull territory. So my theory is If we're gonna see some type of bear trap and a nice push to the upside to liquidate the bears, because I honestly doubt the bears or many bears were shorting at 40. I think bears were on the side and bulls were, mooning. Even though on Twitter, like I said, I posted like, yo, hold up, you want to see 41, 42K? There needs to be liquidation first of the FOMO longers, because I saw the order books basically. And there's a lot of liquidity down there. And like I said, the market is not going to allow you to be rich. Now, the theory basically states that if you have a bounce here on the stochastic, that's your cue. That's your cue for a nice upside. Now, again, the nice upside is dependent on the levels that we need to break. As of now, 42, 43, or else no more. Like, there's nothing above us. And yeah, I've seen other TAs as well pointing something out here along those lines, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just show you. They placed this. Let me just remove this and just show you what they've placed. So they have a support trend line as such, and they're saying that basically there will be a bounce around $33,000 because it is support. Now, their logic is great. It is support, but if people long here, the market will liquidate. So if we have a lot of longs happening at this level, the market will liquidate them. That's pretty simple. For me, I like to use EMAs to try to track down, where we are, and usually I like to use them on the monthly time frame most of the time. So let me pop to the monthly time frame and just show you what I'm talking about. So let me just use an example of this. So these are my EMAs right here. And let me just actually this is pretty good. No, I don't need to do anything. I know I would tell you where my bounce region would be for me. Partial, full, I have no idea. My bounce region will be well, that's a nice region. It's 33,000 also, $33,753, give or take a few $100. So expect that region to be a nice bounce. Whether it's going to be a full bounce or a partial bounce, I can't say. But just because of the fact that we have confluence with the resistance, with the support trend line, on the weekly time frame. If I draw it on the weekly, it's more clear. So just because we have this confluence with this, actually this needs to be slightly as such. Include the wicks. So yeah, I would definitely say that $33,000 range it's a nice bounce zone and a nice support zone from a technical analysis standpoint, right? Whether we're gonna get liquidated or bounce there, so whether it's going to be just a partial bounce and then a liquidation after, or it's going to be a full out bounce, it will depend on the order books and the longs and short positions on that day if that happens. Basically, that's what I'm gonna tell you. As of now, everything is looking bearish on many time frames of BTC, and like I said, the main thing that we need to be watching out for, or that you guys need to be watching out for, is very, very simple in my opinion. Be careful when these EMAs start to come. I'm pretty sure we're gonna chip chop here for the next 24 to 48 hours because these need to catch up. Now, once these catch up, there will be a nice pump to them, and just be careful because usually you're gonna start forming staircases. So bam, bam, bam till you reach your target, and then you start moving up. And then even if you start moving up, be careful because you have resistance here around $38,000 and another resistance major around that area, which is between 40.5 and 39.5. So just be very careful. I will try to see the market conditions tomorrow to see what's up. Till now, I cannot really be helpful of anything. All I can tell you for sure is there is no bottom signal yet. There's no confirmation of the bottom being hit yet. It could be a partial bottom on the 4 hour. As I showed you earlier, we have a lot of these things happening. So you can see here, for example, this is a staircase. This is a bear flag basically. This is the pattern that you're going to be looking for. And if you pop up your EMAs on the 4 hour, you can see, right? So these EMAs start to move closer. This starts to move up. It gets rejected. It drops. Starts to move up. Gets rejected. It drops till it finalizes the bounce. Now, the important thing, obviously, like I said, for today and for everybody to watch out for is the retest. If we have a nice bounce to the upside, we need to be careful of something that looks like this. Very, very careful. For bam, you form a staircase, chip chop, chip chop, chip chop. You go to 38 and then you drop again. Just be very, very, very careful. And it could not even go there. So we have 37.5 and we have the top of this resistance trend line around 38,600. Because the reason I'm saying that it could not even go there is because bears are probably waiting for this short and the market usually doesn't give it to them. I hope it does, but that's what usually happens from what I've seen and from the experience that I have through trading. So yeah, guys, I wish I could have given you more positive news, but just keep in mind, a few months from now, I think this was gonna head up from the bottoms, the lows. So buy the dip when you can, buy the red, buy the blood, or DCA the red and the blood. Don't DCA the green pumps. And just one piece of advice as well: by end of year, just be very, very careful. That's all I'm gonna say for now. Obviously, when we get there, I'll analyze more. But just be very, very careful end of this year, because there might be a huge crash by the end of the year. So, and I'm still with my prediction, and my prediction on Twitter and on Discord and on YouTube and whatever is still the same. I said we're gonna have a sell in May and go away, which we're having right now. And I said that after May we'll have a nice alt season, which I think that there will be. And I think after the alt season, you need to step aside because there will be a big crash, basically. As of now, on the micro time frames for this dump, basically, we need the indicators. We need to give time for the indicators to finalize the dump or the drop. Again, consolidation is what we're looking for. We don't want, that's going to be a good sign. If we don't consolidate, it's going to be very, very bad. So that is it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll try to keep you posted tomorrow if I can. Thank you for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter. Link in the description below. If you want to inquire about my paid Discord or my paid signals group, which I'm opening on Monday, please message me on my Telegram. Link in the description below as well. Thank you again for watching, guys. I really appreciate your support, and I'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.